The three Ds to me are the future of work is digital, distributed, and data driven. So, digital meaning a lot of work is happening virtually and not necessarily in person, or some component of it is digital, distributed over space and time. So, I think you're seeing people build distributed careers, meaning they actually have multiple jobs at once. You build a portfolio of jobs, and you also kind of distribute. It used to be my mother and father-in-law spent their entire careers at the same company and they just retired last year. That's exceedingly rare today. I mean, people are changing jobs on average every 2 years, and post-pandemic, I'm sure that's actually shorter. And that's the norm, right? So our careers are distributed over time as well. And we're working remotely or hybrid in some way. So that there's a lot to that kind of distributed piece. And then data driven insofar as we do work digitally, it's measurable. And how do we make better decisions as employers, but also for ourselves on where we should be investing our time, because our time is our most limited asset. And post pandemic, I actually added two more D's.
Ooh, let's hear them. So it's the five
Yeah.
Ds now.
It's not the five D's. I can't stop. It's addictive. But I did add dynamic and diverse. I think the dynamic piece is really interesting. There was just an article in the Wall Street Journal that I was posting about that I really disagreed with. The author was saying this is the great rebalancing and we're on a roller coaster ride. We went up and employees had a lot more power post pandemic, and now we're rebalancing and the powers in the hands of employers again. And I just completely disagree with that. This is a fundamental shift insofar as employees have more options than they ever had before. And we're also seeing with more options and more flexibility comes more volatility. And I think people at work today, especially those who were just laid off, they were probably laid off for the second or the third time in the matter of 3 years. And that's become the norm. I don't think that's ever going away. I think we're going to see these bigger and bigger swings become the norm. And so from a dynamic perspective, it just means change is not slowing down at all. And the diverse piece, I think, should be self explanatory. But I think because we've removed a lot of the physical constraints of work, it means it's a lot easier to work with people that are different from you. Well, it should be easier, but it isn't always, right?